so got to be careful because I'm on the road. But after calling around all over the Austin area and searching online, even using Ford's inventory search and monitoring that, I found a Mach-E to test drive. Now, it's not in Austin. I had to drive 30 miles south of Austin to San Marcos, and it's not technically for sale yet. I posted on my neighborhood Facebook group asking if anybody in our new development, because I know there's a bunch of people with solar panels, and I've seen some Teslas around. It's kind of a, more EV type trending neighborhood than some of the other neighborhoods in the area. I thought maybe somebody might have one, an early adopter who'd be willing to let me check it out. But I did find some Tesla owners who were happy to post videos of their Model X dancing in the street, or offer to let me come check out their Model 3 long range, but nobody with a Mustang Mach-E. Just in San Marcos, going to see if I can do some video. I asked the guy from the dealership on the phone, I said, is it charged? Because I remember I went to test drive a Nissan Leaf one time and a Chevy Bolt on the same day. Both dealerships, I showed up and the vehicle had like almost no charge, and they knew I was coming. This was a couple of years ago, but anyway, I hope the Mach-E has charge. He said, well, it shouldn't be completely dead because we do drive it. A couple of us have driven it. Not completely dead. I'm looking forward to the not completely dead power of the Mustang Mach-E. So stay tuned. It is a premium. I don't know if it's all-wheel drive or just rear-wheel drive. I'll find out when I get there. I don't even know what color it is. I just literally heard him say that they had one physically available for me to drive, and I said I can be there in 45 minutes. It takes 40 minutes to drive there. So I will be there shortly, and I'll try to do some photos and video, and we'll see how this goes. All right, made it. Ford dealership out in the middle of Texas. Trucks, trucks, trucks. So this is what happens at regular car dealerships. When I scheduled a test drive at Tesla, I just showed up. I had my appointment time, met with somebody, they walked us to the car, gave us the key, showed us how everything works, told us because we were both going to be driving that we'd each get 20 minutes, my wife and I, and we took off. 40 minutes later we brought the car back. We were done with the whole experience pretty quickly. But here, well, I've been waiting for 20 minutes for my salesman. He was supposed to have the car ready for me when I got here because he knew I was headed here. But, there's some old folks looking at a truck. What you think of when you hear Mustang, right? Nice wide rubber, bucket seats. Yes, it would. I was just told that this would look better in my driveway. Yeah, I need 4 doors, buddy. do have a reservation for an F-150 Lightning, mostly because why not, right? If I decide to go through with it, then great. If I don't, then I'll make that decision later. Okay, I've been here for 40 minutes now waiting for them to say anything to me. Basically, the guy that I talked to on the phone saw me. He's hiding in the manager's cage because he's had his truck buyers waiting for him in their little fishbowl for a solid 15 minutes now, and they're making sure to ignore them to, you know, get that whole lovely dealer, manager, salesperson, customer interaction ramped up to peak stressfulness. This is all just reminding me why I love dealerships so much. Yeah, waiting 40 minutes just to be acknowledged by the guy. Like, the guy walked past me several times. He could have said, you know, I'm just helping this customer out, I'll be right with you. Or he could have, you know, gone the extra mile and gotten somebody else, one of the other people who's standing around with their hands in their pockets, to bring the car around and at least let me look at it. But no, he's just hiding over there in the glass cage, waiting to go back with some carefully thought out numbers scrawled on a blank piece of paper, no doubt. Stay tuned. Does the foot thing work on this? Do you guys do that?
It should, yeah, there it goes.
Okay, that's cool. Little cover for the back. It's got that white interior, that's nice.
And these seats are like, I don't know what they did, but they're, for some reason, they're a lot more comfortable than anything else we have. It's got the glass roof.
Oh, cool.
The B&O sound system, which is Bang & Olufsen with sound bars throughout the car. 15.1 inch touchscreen, I believe.
That's pretty nice. Still smells new. Somebody's been driving it, you said?
Yeah, I mean, he would drive it, you know, we'd drive it to a store or whatever.
Right.
Go cruise it around, or he'd take it home. He barely drove it, didn't have very many miles.
Is that wireless phone charging up there?
Mm-hmm.
We drove a Tesla over the weekend, Model Y.
Model Y, yeah.
So
a lot of people are kind of
comparing to. Yeah. Oh, the seats are comfy. Hot.
Yeah, more than welcome to start it too.
Okay.
Just hit the brake and hit the button. There it is, it's on.
Volume. Okay. Let's see what we got on the steering wheel. So does this have any of the like the tech for future, like being able to auto steer or anything like that on the freeway? Yep. Oh, there's a little camera bar there.
So it's gonna have it's gonna have self-parking. It's gonna have adaptive cruise control, lane centering.
Okay.
But coming up in the future, not only this, but all our F-150s as well are going to have a full autonomous drive. Or open, essentially.
And through that?
Mm-hmm. So whether you're wearing glasses, you have your face completely covered, it's still gonna be able to tell, so that nobody can fall asleep.
That's something Tesla left out of their vehicles.
Yeah,
somewhere to put your sunglasses.
It's got the heated and cooled seats. Really like the glass roof.
These seats are very comfortable.
I know, they're oddly comfortable, right?
This door handle's kind of weird.
Oh, it's just a little pullback?
Yeah.
And it opens?
Yeah, it's not bad though. Soundbar is interesting. This is going to get dusty, I can tell. Well, everything gets dusty.
At the same time, it won't, because there's a speaker behind it.
Blowing things out?
Blowing all the dust
I
back
guess
out.
I'll need to listen to things loudly.
Yeah.
The steering wheel's got some like cushion to it, which is nice.
Leather wrapped.
There.
Don't worry, we can deliver. Don't worry about it.
There's a lot of this piano black in here. It's just flat.
Look at those front rotors to it, and pretty big rotors, I'd say.
Yeah, they are. Almost as big as the Mach-1 in there. I wish the tires were a little beefier.
A little wider.
Yeah.
A wider set on there.
Yeah, this guy that I watch on YouTube, he bought different wheels and put some fatter tires on it. It reduces the range a bit. Okay, that was interesting. I finally did get to drive it, the Mach-E, and it was white on white. The interior is pretty comfortable. I was surprised at how high off the ground the floor is when you step in. You can tell that you're like stepping up and into something, even though the ground clearance is almost nothing. It's like literally less than my hand in height is the ground clearance. So I took some videos. The guy giving me the test drive knew a little bit about it, but just enough. He knew just enough about what it should do to tell me that it could do something and then not be able to show me how it worked. He probably knows a lot more about their trucks, I'm guessing. Right as I was leaving, a Tesla Model Y pulled into the parking lot. And I'm not gonna lie, right away I thought about the acceleration in the Model Y compared to the acceleration in the Mach-E. Now this was a long range, or extended range as they call it, rear wheel drive. So it was not the all-wheel drive version. I would want the all-wheel drive version. It just feels like a big, heavy car. It is interesting, like if you accelerate through a corner, the back will kick out a little bit, like give you more of that rear wheel drive feel, but it just doesn't have as much of the get up and go that you feel in the Tesla, where it's just like you touch the pedal and it's raring to go. It's fast. It's just not the same. And if I hadn't driven the Tesla just a few days ago, then maybe this would feel faster. I mean, it definitely feels a lot faster than this Nissan Pathfinder, but that's not really what it's supposed to be going up against, is it? I mean, they're calling it an SUV, but it's what, not even 6 inches off the ground? They're calling it a Mustang, but it's got these narrow tires, and it doesn't really feel like a Mustang. And honestly, it feels like a Lincoln interior, and probably like how a Lincoln would accelerate in the rear wheel drive. It doesn't really feel like I thought it would feel. I didn't come away from that thinking, sign me up. Even though it's readily available and I wouldn't have to wait for it, which is a weird thing right now. I guess they ordered it and their manager drove it for like 140 days. It's some kind of thing where they had to sell it as a demo. They're going to be putting it up for sale as a demo model. Kudos to them. They've had it here to be able to show people. More than I can say for all the other Ford dealerships in the area. But still, I mean, this was a regular dealership experience, and the vehicle was not as impressive as I thought it was going to be. Especially the infotainment system. The salesman couldn't figure out how to show me anything. I mean, it took like multiple clicks to get to music. And then from there, I'm like, how do I adjust the tone settings? And then it's like multiple taps and hunting for that. Not intuitively designed. The big vertical screen with the knob in the middle, the knob feels kind of cheap and plasticky. The lane keeping assist was like bouncing me back and forth between the lines as I was driving. Now, he said, oh, well, that's because it's not lane centering. The lane centering will come with the full, he called it full self-driving, but obviously that's not Ford's term. And he said that price for the upgrade was going to be $400. I don't know that that's true. So, underwhelming test drive. Nice car. I think I agree though. Not a Mustang. Not an SUV. I'm gonna call it a fast station wagon. That's what it is. It's a fast, comfortable station wagon. So if that's what you want, a fast, comfortable station wagon, then it's probably great for that. That's not what I'm looking for. I was looking for some exhilaration. I did not get it. If you're able to find one to test drive, though, I'd be interested to see if you disagree with me. I would prefer to have been able to drive an all-wheel drive model, just to see, what that, if they have the same kind of punch that I got from the Model 3 and the Model Y. But I mean, he was like so impressed by the comfort of the interior in this car. He's like, this is more comfortable than anything else we have on the lot. And I'm thinking, yeah, that's great. And it was comfortable. I can see it being a comfortable road tripping car. But it's just this big, heavy, lumbering feeling thing. It doesn't feel nimble. It doesn't feel like a Mustang. It feels like a station wagon. Which is fine. If you want a station wagon. Okay, so I had some time to think while I was sitting on the freeway for the last hour, driving back up here. And there are some things that I liked about the Mach-E, actually. Some things that I think that they got right. Some things that are a little bit better than what Tesla's got. Strangely, probably one of my favorite things is just being able to wave your foot under the back of the vehicle to get the trunk or the rear hatch to open. It's really convenient. You come out with groceries, or you've got groceries and a kid, or you're carrying something big out of your house, luggage, whatever it is. Being able to wave your foot under there and have the rear hatch open is nice. There was a lot less room in there in the rear hatch than there is in the Model Y, but you've probably seen comparison videos demonstrating that already. The other thing that I liked was actually the door opening mechanism. My daughter is 6. She had a hard time with the Tesla handles when we took her with us to the test drive, having to do the whole, push with your thumb, pull out with your hand. She needs to use 2 hands in order to open her door. Whereas with our Nissan and our Mazda CX-5, she can just walk up, grab the handle, pull on it, and get into the car, easy peasy. The Mustang is cool. You have these buttons. You push the button, the door pops out, or the door unlocks and pops out. And I actually kind of liked having that keypad feature on the driver's door to be able to get in. So those are kind of the exterior features that I liked. Interior wise, it felt very much like a normal car. I told my wife was on the phone with me. She was like, well, what did you like, about the interior? I said, well, it feels like a big, comfortable American car. It's not really what I was looking for. I was looking for something a little more edgy, a little more stylish, a little more fresh, a little different. But it just feels like a big, comfy American interior, which for a Ford product, maybe that's their only play. The seats have this perforated texture, which is nice, but they're very soft. And if they're very soft now, my experience is that over time they'll become mushy. I need supportive and something that will last a long time and continue to be comfortable and supportive for a long time. And the Tesla seats, especially in the newer vehicles, are just really nice. I liked them better. Oh, this was supposed to be things that I liked about the Mach-E. I like that there's an instrument cluster right in front of your eyes, that you can, just look straight forward and see important information. And I like that there's CarPlay integration. That's something that I use on my wife's CX-5 that I wish I had in this 2013 Pathfinder. But honestly, other than that, I can't think of anything else that I liked better about the Mach-E. So fix the entry stuff, Tesla. Door handles, rear hatch. I know that Dr. Know-It-All has made a video about what's wrong with the Tesla door handles. Maybe I'll put a link in the description to that one. He takes a deep dive on that. I'm not going to go into as much detail, but I will say that I agree with him on some of the points, and I actually like the solution that he came up with. So maybe we'll see that in future Teslas. Probably not before I make the buying decision. But anyway, that officially concludes this video about my test drive experience in a very nice Ford station wagon.